Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes, back on good old Satisfactory for the last day of the week. Hopefully, you guys are all looking for the weekend. I definitely am not. Well, my plans have been changed anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Uh, but yes, we are back on our modded playthrough, and if you'd like to know what those mods are, the mods list is down in the description section, along with a link to Satisfactory Mod Manager, so you can download and install mods for yourself. Yes. Yeah, a little bit dispirited today because the weather changed on me. I was gonna go swap a motor out of a friend's car, and well, that didn't work. That's not gonna work because it's gonna snow, and I'm not gonna be working out in the mud. Not today. But anyway, yes, back on here. So again, hopefully everybody's looking forward to the weekend. I know I definitely am not because my plans got changed. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna end up be doing. But anyway, so there's a reason we're down here. You're probably wondering, and I know you're definitely wondering about it. It is because I have been an idiot this entire time with the Mark II pipes. I completely forgot that Mark II pipes were in the store. I've been just a total idiot this entire time. So yeah, I completely forgot that yes, the Mark II pipes do not get unlocked, or the no indicator pipes do not get unlocked with the pipes that you unlock them with. They actually get unlocked in management, which is Clean Pipe Mark II. So we're gonna go ahead and buy that. See, it says Clean Pipe Mark 1 here as well. Now I can't remember why I thought it was unlocked with here. Can't remember why I forgot. Let's see, is it not oil processing? It's fluid, something to do with fluid handling. Where's that? Coal power. Yeah, that unlocked the Mark 1 pipe. Okay. Well, anyway, that is so yeah, I've been an idiot this entire freaking time, man. It's not been a good day for me that I figured that out and went, why am I so stupid? Anyway, so that's that. That's why we were down there to start out with. Now, I've been doing a little bit of building in between episodes. I did do what I said I was going to do. I did manage to get the time to do that as well. So this is what we did last time, and freeze. There goes my computer again. So yeah, this is what we managed to do last time. Was this piping, I believe? We also did some walls and some other little stuff last time. But yeah, we got the fluid up here. I think this was last time. Sorry, I recorded a bunch. And then completely forgot. Hello, train. And then I put this wall up here as well. Finally. But yeah, I had to move this over here. So it is now there. As well as I went ahead and finished this. So now all of these tanks are hooked up. They're going to be doing fuel for us. All of this is also all hooked up with electricity. We got the platforms down. We got the walls up. Pretty much everything connected. We got the valves in as well. So yeah, this is going to look so much better once I'm able to do Mark II pipes without the indicators. I'll do that off camera as well. I'll go around and make these all Mark II. But yeah, I was perusing in the shop and I was just like, did I get everything? Is there anything else I wanted to buy? Because it's like, I don't think there was anything, but I wanted to check anyway, and just happened to discover it and went, ah, oh. You know that meme of like all the whole bunch of people like smacking their hand against their forehead. Don't know what it's called, but that's the head slapper moment, I guess you could say. the head slapper moment that I had. Once I found it. Anyway. So yeah, today's agenda is going to be hooking up fuel pipes because, I mean, we don't have any electricity to this building quite yet, but I do have, like I said, everything is hooked up to all of these pipes in all of these little tanks. So these are just going to be little buffer tanks. I mean, that's what they are, but you know what I mean. They're just going to be little buffer tanks before they go into the main system. So we're probably going to go underground again. And I went ahead and I am going to try and go for the train fuel delivery system because, as you can see here, I put down another train station. This is the Fix-It Approved train stations. That's why I did it off camera. Same with the Fix-It Approved rails. That's why I did it off camera because technically we don't have trains unlocked yet, but I am using the upgradable train mod by Andre Aquila. So really good mod still as well. So this is going to be the train that's going to be delivering fuel. I just went ahead and put it down. The trains are real cheap, so it's just like, oh, you got some frames, oh, you got some rotors, and oh, you got some reinforced pipe and some wire for those. And then these are just regular frames and rods, so it's not like I, gave myself any items to go ahead and get that. I also did change a few things as well because I was having trouble with this. So I did go and put a bunch more of this stuff down. This forget it's like caution tape, I guess you could say. And I went ahead and connected this to my best ability. I mean, it really can't do much more than this. Like I have tried and tried and tried. I've spent hours trying to get this all connected, but I can't do a full one of these. I don't even think I can do a half one. Maybe I can work in a half. We can see here. Yeah, let's give it a shot real quick. Why not? We'll use the micromanage mod. Control left click. That's it. And then we'll use the alt keys with L. And we'll move that all the way over to exactly half. And then control right click. Oof. Okay, let's see if we can fix that. Sometimes when you put two ramps on top of each other, they'll glitch, but if you replace them, yeah, it is pretty glitchy. Control left click. Can we move this slightly? So alt. Not enough, no. Oh, there we go. That'll work. Control right click. There we go. Perfect. That way it's not so glitchy. And it still is partially in there in the rail, but it's not going to be too much of an issue. Can we not? There we go. Okay, so that should match up. And then what we do for that is we do, I've done this before, just little tweaks and stuff. So then we do that basically. Let me just replace this. Still is a little glitchy on top here. Let's see, alt. Okay. Oh, we need to go down. That'll be control. Okay. Why is that glitching so much? Ah! Damn it. That's still glitching quite hard. Is that gonna fix? We'll fix portions of it. Okay, that's just, yeah, that's too glitchy. That is way too glitchy. However, we'll be putting a foundation in here. instead. It's like I know how to fix this. And then we go Control, left click again, hold Alt, go L, move this all the way over to there. And Control right click. Of course, we get rid of this other one. Looks like it's gonna glitch no matter what. What happens if I... You know what I might be able to do? This one I can actually adjust. Okay, what about 4 meter? No, it's ever so slightly. Just gonna be a pain in the butt. No, can't do it. Can't do it, man. That's actually really annoying. Okay. If we do... No, it's just not gonna... It's not gonna play nice. Doesn't look like. I can't stand glitchy Z fighting. I am not a fan. That is okay. We're also going to be, since we're messing around with this, apologies. Since we're going to be messing around with this stuff. I don't think I had anything here, right? Oh, no, we had, well, we're going to be talking about the recent video that was released on Coffee Stain Studios channel. And if you don't have that channel, but you love Satisfactory, I'd recommend going and watching it to keep yourself up to date with the newest updates and stuff. Every time I pronounce my F, I always blow into the mic. I apologize for that. That is not my intention. Anyway, so yeah, I went ahead and colored all these ramps back to gray, so that there is no difference, because only some of these ramps I'm able to put the color, the the sticker, I guess you could say, the pattern. There we go. I'm only able to put the pattern on some of those, so I've left them out entirely. And considering I was merging two together now, like this, decided to leave them out as well. So, and I also did some building and such like that. Like I said, built the walls all the way around there. I went ahead and had to completely readjust this entire section. Had to completely delete it where this train station went, and then put the train station in, and then basically build the foundations around it. That's how I had to do that. So actually, this one is on 2 foundations, unlike this one, which is only on a single foundation. So that's why it's hard to get them to merge and whatnot. But anyway, we did manage to get that in place. Get the train all hooked up. It's hooked into the system. I also got power. We look really close here. I've got some power running across the top of these. And I repainted this, as you can clearly see. I also repainted the train too. Because this was the oil train, I did have it yellow and black, but this one was going to be also yellow, so I decided, we'll just paint it black with yellow highlights. And then this one will be, well, actually it's technically orange, it's like a cautionary yellow. And then this one is the yellow and black, or yellow actually and blue, I decided. I was just like, you know what, instead of just yellow and black, why don't we just do yellow and blue for fuel? That's a nice color, like blue highlights, because it's technically our company colors, so that works pretty good. But yeah, they've got some new updates for Satisfactory coming along. They got update 8, which we already knew about. They already announced that, but they couldn't announce anything else, and yeah, they've been waiting, and they finally got around to being able to announce their newest stuff. They are switching Satisfactory to Unreal Engine 5. Yes. So that is very exciting. Yeah, Unreal Engine 5. Honestly, I can't wait because we've been saying for a long time for them. It's like you guys have to upgrade to Unreal Engine 5, otherwise it's gonna suck later on down the road. It's not been me. It's been just the community. Um, but they've been talking about or telling them that they need to switch to Unreal Engine for a while now, Unreal Engine 5, because that might fix some of the issues. Now it won't fix the build item limit. That's not going to change um, because Unreal Engine 5 doesn't allow. It's very very similar. At least it's what they said. It's not going to change the build limit itself, but they have been working on other ways to make the build limit much more manageable. Like uh, one of their problems was a lot of the buildings that were in the game were actually made up of several Unreal Engine parts. Like the constructor was like, 2, 3, or maybe even 4 Unreal Engine pieces, and that counted towards the item limit. That one item counted as 3 or 4 items as far as Unreal Engine was concerned. So that's why, you know, I mean, they said not many people was hitting that item limit anyway. Only there's very few people that were actually affected by it. But they've been working on it anyway. So now they've been working to where those ones where they were 3 or 4 items in Unreal Engine, that's now just one instead. And that's not with the newest update. That's just what they've been working on as well, trying to get that done. And they have actually done it with Satisfactory Update 7. So, or with the Update 7. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool to learn about that kind of stuff. But yeah, that was basically most of the update, was the talks about Unreal Engine 5 and what Unreal Engine 5 is going to be bringing to Satisfactory. I'm trying to figure out. Sorry, it's hard to think and report on this stuff at the same time. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this storage as a fuel storage plant also. I called this the refueling depot, or the refueling station. So because we're probably going to be delivering fuel to maybe some substations too, if we ever have any kind of outsourcing. I don't think we're ever going to outsource anywhere within the world. But yeah, that should help to have the availability to have fuel. Yeah, because there really is no more room for any more train stations. I could probably fit another one in here, but getting over this thing, it would be a major challenge. So it's just like, I'm just going to take up the space. If we want to put a rail, no, there's no real. There's just no real room. And part of that's going to be another building anyway, probably, over there, next to the road. Because the block does kind of cut off right here, so... Anyway. So yeah, this spot right here, I've decided I think I want those. As well. Decided that I probably want those. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where I want how I want my fuel, and where I want it to go. Because we're going to have to tear out some road, obviously. We could have it, once it hits here, we could have it go this way. That probably is the best way. I don't want to remove these specifically. Because those ones cost more than just a foundation. And then what we can do is we can go this way, and then we can, then at this spot, go that way with all of them. Or go that way with it. Because we're going to have 2 pipes coming in this way, I think. We need to see how many pipes we're going to need here. So these are going to be 40 times 10, so that's going to be 400, so that's we'll just dedicate one single pipe to all that for right now. And this one's also 40, so another 400, so that's 800. So no matter what, we would need 2 pipes. Okay, makes sense. We're probably going to do the same as what we've already done, which is pull the pipes together into one area, bring them in. Nope, I seen that. No doorbells. Get out of here. Sorry, I have my doorbell's tied to my phone, and because I'm always receiving like important calls or important text messages, I have to leave my phone on and whatnot. So apologies for that. Hopefully it's not. It usually isn't a bother. It's just one of the neighborhood kids. We got this one neighborhood kid that he's always constantly bothering us for taking out our garbage, and we pay him money for it. But yeah, we did that only a few times, and now he's, you know, we're kind of too polite to really say anything. So what ends up happening is if we're not able to pay him, then we just kind of tell him politely, no, we can't do that, whatnot. And he comes over every day. He's been coming over every day now for months. Don't mean to be impolite, but it's a bit like a stray dog stray cat once you start feeding it. I'm just kidding. And these are 4-meter foundations, aren't they? I think we're high enough, it doesn't matter. Okay. Yep, there he is again. And sometimes that doorbell as well will just... Yeah, I'm going to turn that off. We're going to mute. We're going to mute. It's glitching out. We don't have Ring doorbell. We have the... we have like a really cheap alternative, and sometimes it glitches. So once somebody's rung the doorbell once, it don't matter how many times you press that answer button to ignore it. It goes off and goes off and goes. It just keeps going as well, which is another annoyance of mine. Like, why does this thing keep doing that? Like, look, I'm answering the call by hitting the ignore button. Please let me ignore it. Thank you. Doesn't work though. We should probably not remove that. We kind of have to though. Also, freeze. Autosave lag. Get out of here. So I finally figured out my problem as well. I finally figured out the problem with the slow loading of games. And I'm just gonna have to remove all this, unfortunately. But yeah, the slow loading of games, along with the autosave lag and all that. I know I said I figured it out before. I know I did say that. I will admit, I did say that. And I had a solution already. But that wasn't my problem. It was actually spotted by one of my good friends, Jinx. He went to college for IT, so... I think IT? I can't remember. It was computer related, definitely. Where he knows a lot of stuff about computers. He even knows he knows way more than the average person, even on Windows 10. That's just because he knows how to he knows how to get the information on Windows 10, even though he went to college way before Windows 10 was a thing. But he's told me before as well, though, that Windows 10 is pretty much like every other operating system. Once you know one, you're going to know most of them, because they don't change a whole lot. They do change a whole lot as far as features goes, but as far as the way they work, they're very similar. I mean, they'll change them the way they work as well, but not to the extent you would think, not completely rewriting the entire thing. That would probably take years if I had to guess. If if Microsoft was to completely, if they were to completely rewrite the entire Windows system. I don't know what I'm doing. Get out of here. I was doing half meter foundation stuff. Yeah, I needed 1 meter, that's what I needed. Also need to soup it too, make it easier. But yeah, one of the other major things they're going to be fixing is they're going to be fixing how the world is. I think how the world is rendered and how it renders. They said it's in a 7x6 box, or a box, 7x6 cubes is basically what it is. And what ends up happening is that it loads those cubes, and if you're on the edge of what they call a tile, which is how a lot of games actually are structured. A lot of games are structured this way, I think. At least so open world games that are structured to where they only render a portion of the world, which makes sense. You want them to. You don't want to have to lag out your entire PC for a long time. Just basically completely locked up while it loads the entire world around you, and then trying to navigate out with that world with all of that loaded all at once. That doesn't sound like a good time. For the PC anyway. Oh crap, we're gonna have to remove this as well. I'm gonna remove 2 of these just in case I add more later. Yeah, we'll have to do that. But yeah, so that's one thing they're gonna be fixing as well that Unreal Engine 5 allows them to do. It allows them to have way better loading as far as that goes, and they're able to pick and choose what they want loaded as well, or something like that. All the technical jargon. I'm not computer savvy, so I don't know every little tidbit. I think I'm gonna put 1 meter. I think here's what I'm gonna do is I'm going to split this up. And rather than have it coming in the top, we'll have it come in the bottom. I'm sorry, that sounds really dirty. it just hit me like, ugh, why? Why did I say that like that? And why did I bring attention to it? So it's 10, so this can be 20. Yeah. Yeah, and we'll just bring it up through the bottom. Oh, you know what I might do? We might do something slightly strange here. It's like do a 1 meter, maybe a 1 meter ramp. Let's try it. So let's say we have that there, and then. Wait a second, I just noticed something. Uh-oh. Oops. I just noticed this is half a grid off somehow. How did I do that? Happens. Oh, yep, definitely. Sometimes I'm amazed at my own idiocy and my own way of managing to not do things correctly. Yeah, I want to do like a 1 meter ramp. Like slope it. Yeah, this shouldn't, or is it going to affect it? Oh, it is. Okay, so here we have to have the 2 meter slope. I think the 2 meter double this thing. And put it on this side. Yeah, it's going to be the same no matter what. That one's actually going to have a slope on it. So, unfortunately, yeah, this does have to exist. Okay. Well, we'll, oh crap, the pipes are not going to, no, we're going to have to go up above. Alright. Gotcha. Unfortunately, yep. Okay. Yep, unfortunately we're gonna have to go up above because of that tunnel. That's okay though. We'll work on it. And I'm not gonna do 1 meter slopes because there'll be a section I won't be able to do that in, so I do want to keep this all the same. So yeah, the pipes will end up here-ish. That's a bit of a tight spot. So like I said, I'll just do like that. Oh jeez, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, so and I do wish the developers well, as far as good luck with that. So, oh, and that brings me to my other thing. So you know how there's going to be, this huge push for Unreal Engine 5 and stuff like that, There's going to be one problem that's going to happen on our end. We're probably, once update 8 hits, like fully, I don't mean the experimental branch. We're staying off of the experimental branch because we're using mods. Um, you know, that way be a little smarter about our bucking up our ideas here, pal. Buck your ideas up, pal. Anyway, yes, so yeah, we're going to be staying on update 7 until update 8 hits full launch, until they hit to the normal branch. So that is going to be where we're at with that. But once update 8 hits, we're more than likely going to lose a lot of mods. Just to be completely clear about that, we're going to end up losing a lot of mods. And the reason for that is because it's a major game engine change. It's not just a regular update where it breaks the mods and maybe you won't be able to use the mods for a few days, maybe a week, and then they'll get updated. This is probably going to put damn near every mod out of commission, if not every mod. That's what they have warned us about, that mods are going to be affected quite heavily. And the reason for that is because, well, it's a major game engine change. Like I said, it's not just no normal um, update. It is a major game engine change, and that is going to affect a lot of mods, if not all of them. They said, because Jason's just like, is this going to break mods? Yes, absolutely. That was his answer. Makes sense though, right? It does make sense. At least from my standpoint, it sure does. But yeah, so once the full update 8 drops, I am going to be updating, and we'll deal with whatever mods are here. Okay, yeah, we'll just do with those until our huge, the mods list will stay the same that we're using. We're just going to probably drop a bunch, or have to drop a bunch. There is no real choice in that matter. But yes, we're going to end up dropping pretty much all of our mods. We'll see. Like I said, that's the other reason I'm not. Is it 20? But that's also the other reason I'm not going to the experimental branch for update 8. Is because that way I can. Is because I want to give enough time to the mod authors, the fantastic mod authors that we have. Not we have, but the ones that the community has. That's what I mean by that. The ones that the community has. Want to give those mod authors a chance to update their mods. Now, it's probably going to take way longer. I am pretty sure it's going to be. It is going to be a massive, a massive thing. But they should get their mods updated eventually. Or at least most mods are going to be updated. The mods that are not ever updated, the ones that got released and then that was it, but they still work in update 7, then yeah, that's going to completely. Those are going to be completely gone, more than likely. They're just not going to work. At least that's what it seems like. They're just not going to work. So anyway, it is going to break mods, so we're going to lose a bunch of mods in this series for just a little bit. And of course, I'll remind you guys as well when we do, and I'll let you guys know when we're about to swap over. It's like once that update drops, we're going to go over the update, and we're going to. I'm going to do some testing. Once I do update, I'm going to do some testing on which mods work and which ones don't, and then let you know accordingly. At least for the major ones that we use all the time. You know, like the trains mod or the covered belts mod that we still use. I only use the covered belts mod nowadays, just so I can have those smaller lifts, because the mod is still broken, as far as I'm aware. I haven't tried it in quite a while, but I'm pretty sure it's still broken. We can try it right now if we like. Logistics. Covered belt lift 1. We'll do it here. That was not far enough for it to make a difference. Yeah, they're still broken, unfortunately. The covered lifts probably aren't. No, they're not broken. It's just the lift. The covered belts aren't broken. It's just the lifts. That's kind of the reason I don't use it all that often, but also because this game's been going through updates and stuff like that, and I would rather not have most of my base built with these covered belts. The mod breaks the game, and I have to do recordings of the game, so and I don't want to have my entire base reliant on those belts. No offense to the mod author, but I'm sure they understand. I hope they do anyway. That yeah, it's one of those deals that yeah, the updates do break mods, and you have to be prepared for that. And it normally wouldn't be a problem, but since I record for YouTube, since I record videos on Satisfactory every day, well, at least 5 days a week. Do 5 days a week. That is going to be breaking those mods on top of that. So yeah, it's just one of them things, you know, that we're gonna have to deal with the new update. There's gonna be, as Jace puts it, well, there's gonna be a lot of growing pains for everybody. It's not gonna be fun, but I think it is the best from me to the developers of Satisfactory. Not that they watch this channel, I'm pretty sure they don't. I am nowhere near popular enough to even get any kind of recognition from them, even from them watching. Now, they could be secretly watching. I'm sure they're never going to tell me. But, yeah. Anyway. This is not going to work, is it? No, we're going to have to go down another 4 meters. I just realized this. Okay. It's okay, we just got started. We can go ahead and fixed. We can go ahead and fix this. Yeah, it's I'm pretty sure it's not going to be fun for anyone for a little bit. But this is the best decision they could have made, because if they would have gotten to a fully fledged game and then like a full release of the game and then went to Unreal Engine 5, the more they have, the more time it's going to take for them to update. At least that's what it seems like. If I'm wrong about that, then I'm sure someone will let me know. It's to hope anyway. So yeah, but that video, like I said, that video had just came out. Yeah, we're good here. That video had just came out, and we are going. I'm gonna be looking forward to that mod. I'm gonna be looking forward to that update because That update is going to be amazing. I can't wait to use Unreal Engine 5. I know Unreal Engine 4 is amazing, like on its own, usually. But Unreal Engine 5 is just that much better. It's like there's no reason to stick with Unreal Engine 4 at this point. Especially if you don't have a finished game. But yeah, can't wait for that. That's going to be a good time. Definitely going to be enjoying that. So I hope you guys are excited for that too. If you are, if you're not, it's okay too. If you're not. Not everybody's going to take too kindly to the update. They said there's also going to be an update to the physics engine as far as vehicles go, which is going to be not only it's going to be nice, but it's also going to be a bit of a pain for anybody that's used to the current system. But they said that because you know how I've always complained that the vehicles when they hit the edges of the foundations when they're driving on the foundations, which is how we build our roads without any mods, is foundations. So it always like baffled me that wasn't ever fixed. I'm guessing they had it planned for Unreal Engine 5 to fix it there instead. But yeah, it was always a bit of a pain because the vehicles, they love to hit the bumps and they hit like little edges. There's little edges on those foundations that you can't see, but the tire like either slightly sinks in or just hits it in it like a bump. I'm not 100% sure about that. I don't know why I put that back in. Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, and it was just always an annoyance. But yeah, I mean, I was told that the Unreal Engine 5 would fix the item limit, but apparently it's not. Apparently that's not true. Although it does have a bigger item limit. I don't know. I've been told a lot of things. It is what it is. I was really hoping for. Okay, we can still control. This is good. So we can hook these pipes up. Actually, before we do that, let's paint all this. Let's get these pipes in, and then we'll paint them, and then we'll put the sections in. I think I want to do every 2 foundations. So yeah, that'll work. And then at some point, I was going to say hopefully, but I was going to say at some point, we are going to probably be doubling our fuel production here, if possible. That's why I'm not too fussed about this being on 2 different foundations and having all this space, because more than likely I'm going to be adding more pipes anyway, later on down the road. But yeah, I just want to do these at the same time so that when we actually do get to producing fuel, we'll be producing 800 emitted currently. I also need to figure out how that fuel or how the fuel station is going to be. Oops, that's not correct. Almost done with this portion. There we go. Now we can paint them. So what I'm probably going to do is probably just do this for fuel. Just do all of it. Since those like to change color anyway. Oh yeah, so back to my problem with my PC and what my computer is still experiencing. Now my graphics card still is broken, pretty much. That's pretty evident that the graphics card it has been majorly overheating before, and does have a lot of stuff. It more than likely got one of the chipsets. So that is going to be replaced. But yeah, like I said, the problem is, or like I was saying, the problem is with the hard drive. The hard drive all my games are installed on. Luckily, I have two, so it's not like a major problem because of my uh, or because I have the operating system. I have two different hard drives. Now, normally people are like, "You got two hard drives? That's amazing." No, they would never say that, but yeah, they would normally say that, yeah, you got two hard drives, man. You know, that's pretty cool. Now it's just like, you got two hard drives, that's it. It's one of those things. The computer technology has advanced so quickly um, over the last few years. Well, maybe not a few years, maybe over the last is it yeah, decades of 10. So yeah, over the last decade, the computer technology has advanced really far. Um, and now it's like Apple, it's like the company Apple, um, where they release a phone damn near every year, or like EA. EA? No, not EA. Who does the Call of Duty? Activision? I'm not sure. I don't remember. I don't play Call of Duty, so not anymore. I should say. I have played Call of Duty before, but I stopped playing around. I stopped playing around Modern Warfare 2, and the Xbox 360. Because yes, I was also one of those people too that um, didn't have the skills to pay the bills in multiplayer, uh, and was constantly angry at the game. So I was one of those as well. Now, albeit I wasn't as young as a lot of them younger kids. But yeah, I'm kind of more insulting myself here, so don't take it as an insult if you were, or if you are young like that. Um, don't take it as an insult. I just was not as young when doing it, so it's even more sad that I was also getting angry uh, over Xbox Live chat. So yeah, so pretty stupid when I was doing that stuff. And anyway, yeah. So the reason I say that is because it's it's just like that for like graphics cards and things, right? Um, Luckily, it's not like that with CPUs. CPU technology uh, doesn't accelerate it that quickly. They don't release a new CPU every year or every other year. Although it is getting faster. Like once everybody was comfortable with the i7 and starting with Windows 10 when it first came out, it's just like, yeah, you got the latest technology. I mean, the i9 was announced, but it wasn't out yet, and then it's just like, oh, here it is. It's like, it's like I'm still on the i5, man. But yeah, it has accelerated quite a bit to where, things like graphics cards and power supplies and stuff like that, where they release all this technology constantly, so you can never keep up. But yeah, anyway, um, the issue is with my hard drive as well. So uh, that is why my games load in very, very slowly. They take a long time to load, and they also take a long time to save as well. A lot of the time, we'll be trying it on Dyson Sphere program, and my that's really where my problems shine. It's in Dyson Sphere program this weekend. So yeah, like I said, the weekend. So also, speaking of the weekend, my plans got canceled because of a snowstorm, so I will not be busy like I thought. So I'll be doing some other things probably instead. Some of the things that I end up doing on the weekends is not always volunteer. It's more of voluntold. You've been voluntold. It happens. That's just what happens. Yeah. So hard drive issues, problems. The reason we didn't know for the longest time is because we never spotted it. So I have this program called Specky. It's completely free. It's on Pureform, and no, I'm not sponsored. it just happens to come up in this conversation when talking about this stuff. And Specky lets you know your hardware, what all the hardware you have installed, um, as well as the OS you have installed, and what the temperatures are on a lot of that hardware, as well as what the hardware is doing, what kind of voltages you're getting. Same with the motherboard. It does CPU, motherboard, GPU. If you got a dedicated GPU as well, your optical drive, your hard drives, your just everything hardware related in your PC. It'll let you know how all that's doing, pretty much what it's doing, all the model number, and if you weren't quite sure, you can find out all the information. It's actually very handy when you're trying to tell somebody that what you have, and it's just like, hey, what kind of graphics card do you have? What kind of hard drive do you have? And you're just like, I'm not sure. It's like, with that, you can definitely find out. But anyway, pretty old program. I've had it for over 10 years now. I want to do not this. Yeah. Actually, I do want to do that. Okay. Change my mind. I change my mind so often. Yeah, so you got that, and we were looking through that, and we had looked through this before and didn't catch it. But we were looking through really hard, trying to figure this problem out. Decided to sit down for a few hours and try to figure this out, and finally we figured out that it was my hard drive. And the reason it's my hard drive is because my hard drive is a SATA 3, 6 gigabyte, which is what most hard drives are. So it's nothing special or anything like that. Those hard drives probably will cost you at 2 terabytes. I think it'll probably cost you about maybe 150, 200 bucks. Usually it's about $100 a terabyte, something like that. It's very close to that range anyway. So it's, fairly cheap as far as PCs go. If you're doing SSD, you're paying like double. So I just have regular hard disk drives, just regular disk drives. This looks correct. Yeah, so I went ahead and got went ahead and was trying to figure out why it was SATA 2. It was reading on that program, it was reading that it was doing SATA 2 speeds, which is 3 gigabyte, even though it's a SATA 3 hard drive. So I'm just like, okay, well, I have about 25% of the the hard drive space left, so maybe it's that, because that's what happens with hard drives over time. The hard drives will slow down due to the amount of space. Also, they slow down with age and all that stuff, but I don't think they should ever get to half their speed. Maybe if it's completely full or whatever, and it has just no room to breathe, that would make sense. So I thought, just maybe it's that. So I went ahead and deleted a bunch of games that I don't play, because that is my game drive. Because Windows 10 gets real upset when you try to play games that are pretty resource intensive. You try to play those games on Windows 10, and Windows 10 goes, I'm going to take up all your resources, and your game is going to suck. So I guess F you. Because F you, that's why. It's just that's what Windows 10 is sometimes. It can be real picky about its resources, about what it does, and what you're doing with it and stuff like that. But anyway, won't get into that. So that's why I have all my games on that drive. So we're looking at this drive going, why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? And it's like, well, maybe it's the SATA cables. You know, maybe maybe it's the port. Maybe for some reason your motherboard shouldn't have SATA 2 ports, but it might. So we might just look at it just in case. So we looked at it. There is no SATA 2 ports on there. They're all SATA 3. SATA 3. I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it SATA or is it SATA? Maybe. Whatever. Whatever it might be. So yeah, went ahead and tried to figure that out. And we swapped the cords first. And that did nothing. Because I have 2 hard drives, so I'm able to kind of reference them against each other, I guess you could say. So SATA, my other hard drive is also SATA 3, and that one is reading a SATA 3. That's my OS drive. It's reading a SATA 3 as well. So I know it's not that. Now I'll just put a wall there. Yeah, no problems with my OS drive. My OS drive is older. My OS drive is a Toshiba from 2012, I think. Yeah, or maybe it was 2013. I don't know when exactly it was manufactured, but I do know that I bought it in 2013. So we'll just call it 2013 drive, and that one's still running strong. That one's running the OS. It might be a little slower than it's supposed to be, but I guess Toshiba drives are actually really good, so I don't have to worry about that whatsoever. So yeah, this side we're going to put these down, and then we're going to put this down. Then we're going to run a 1 meter across the bottom of this. Or we could just do this, I suppose. I didn't want to run the full walls because I knew it'd end up in that. It would probably end up being into the ramps or whatever up there. Yeah, so we swapped the cables, no change. Okay, turn it back off, unplug everything just like you would normally when you're cleaning out your PC and get all your stuff unplugged, got it taken apart, or got the case, the side of the case off. So I'm like, okay, I'll since my game drive is still doing SATA 2 and my OS drive is doing SATA 3 still, I'll just instead, since we swapped the cables, that did nothing. No change to either drive at all. The OS drive is still working like it should, and the other one's not. I went ahead and swapped the ports and changed the ports over, and that did nothing. So then I swapped the ports again and swapped the cords. Still nothing. Took it back apart. Put other SATA cables that I had in storage. I had a few extra. Cause sometimes you'll get with like cases and stuff. When you buy certain things, you'll get like extra SATA cables or whatever. They're super cheap to make, so they just give them out. You buy different stuff. At least I assume they're super cheap to make. Otherwise, why would they give them out? You know. I also got some. Also had a SATA cable that came with my power supply. I had to replace that. That's the other thing. Is voltages look good too, so I don't think it's voltage related. Yeah, I was pretty sure it wasn't the hard drive. That, you know, there's obvious overheating evidence on the GPU. That's more than likely that's it. So, but turns out that wasn't it. But anyway, that no change. So the hard drive is still saying SATA 2 on multiple programs now. I thought after all this, I was just like, maybe it's Specky. Maybe Specky is not working like it's intended to be working. So I went ahead and tested it with Defraggler, as well as just a few other little monitoring programs. Just, either free one. It's just like all free, actually. I was gonna say either free ones or cheap ones, but I don't have any cheap ones. I have all free ones. uh, Only because I'm broke all the time. And yeah, still no change. So, and everyone's saying the same thing. Everyone's saying that my game drive is doing SATA 2, and that is a SATA 3 drive. I went ahead and looked it up, made sure um, with the thing, the what do you call it, the serial number or whatever. Went ahead and looked it up on the where I ordered it from, which was uh, actually ordered that from eBay a long time ago. Um, and I know what you're thinking, oh, you ordered it from eBay, more than likely. It was brand new. It was a brand new card. It came from Hong Kong. Is where it came from. You can tell because all the Chinese language writing on the box itself, on the delivery box. But I know what you're thinking too. Like, oh, that's why. They probably mislabeled it, or they were selling you a hard drive that was not SATA 3. Um, and I thought this too, and then I went, wait a minute. This started happening way after I had the drive. Like this happened I actually sent my friend an image in November, not November, September. Sorry. Sent him. I was thinking 09 November. No wait. No, that's September. So I sent him in September of last year when I started having my issues. So that's when I started having those issues. Um, so yeah, it was working fine up until September. That's when I started noticing games were taking longer and longer to load. Autosaves were freezing games, and stuff like that. And it all started with Satisfactory. That's when I started noticing the major issues because Satisfactory always loaded up super fast, no matter the world, no matter how much I had in the world. It was loading up super fast, and then all of a sudden it was just like day night, like just a immediate swap from that to um, having issues. So basically, when I load into this game, all the graphics take a second to load in. That's why I thought, graphics card, gotta be graphics card. They always take a second to load it. All the graphics, they slowly pop in. Once it pops in, everything loads. The game runs exactly perfectly fine until we autosave, and that's it. That's the only issues. Um, thought graphics card, screaming graphics card. Because when I test the drives, when I was testing the drives with Defragler, analyzing them, um, the most I had defragged on the drive um, was 3%. So that definitely wasn't it either. So I don't know. I don't know why the drive decided it wants to be a SATA 2 now. That makes the most sense, that all of a sudden it is a SATA 2 drive. It wants to be a SATA 2. Doesn't matter which port which port it's in. It doesn't matter which graphic or which uh, SATA cord is attached to it. It does not matter. It's not a bad cord and it's not a bad port because um, my OS drive works perfectly fine with all of those cords and with all of those ports on the motherboard. So I know it's definitely not that. Definitely not. Oops. These are supposed to be ramps, and these walls can't exist here. So we'll have to fix that. Just real quick. So yeah, that's what's plaguing my PC. Is that that a SATA 3 drive is a SATA 2, all by itself. It has no reason to do so, but it does anyway. Need to. Nope, that's not happening. But if I do this. Hey! Sucks, but that's the way it is. Can't do anything about it at the current moment. A bunch of money did just recently get spent on my vehicle, so I can continue working on the engine. That's where that project has gone, by the way, as well. It's just like, you know, it's like the old Simeon thing from GTA. I understand, money is an issue. It's like, yes, money is an issue. And that project is still ongoing today. Currently, I'm waiting for exhausts to be fixed. Gotta remove the studs for those. Oh wow, I can't believe that story took in this entire time. I can't believe it took us this entire time just to get this working. I am gonna paint these as well. To foundation. First, we're gonna do foundation swatch. And then we're going to do, is it white and then yellow? Concrete primary. Yes. That looks way better than the black. Makes it blend in more. Okay. So we got that done as well. We're gonna go I think we'll go a little bit longer. We'll finish getting all this colored and connected, since I didn't cut any of this out. Anyway, so yeah, I have a lot of fun to look forward to. Is figuring out a way to get this hard drive replaced. It's just like, unless we can figure out a way to force it back to SATA 3, but it seems to want to be SATA 2, so more than likely the drive itself has failed, or is failing, and it's thinks it's a SATA 2 drive. maybe it defaulted to that to keep itself alive. Who knows? I can deal with it. I've been dealing with it since September of last year, so it's not a big deal to me. I want to put valves on these. It doesn't lock. Dang it. So I'll just do that. Yeah, I think if I get the chance this weekend or whatever, I'll go around and upgrade or not upgrade, but change all these pipes to not have the indicator on them. So, yeah. Everything else is going to continue as planned along this weekend as far as videos go. Man, I should have mentioned too that I apologize for the lateness of this episode. I was so focused on other things that I lost track of time, and couldn't get to recording this video until after it already needed to be out. So it is going to be very late for us. Yeah, and as far as my plans go, like I said, a vehicle had its motor blown, was driving along the highway, and all of a sudden bang, and there was a massive hole in the side of the motor. And on top of that, I guess it really doesn't make a difference once you have a hole in the motor. It doesn't matter what material the motor's made out of. But this is made out of aluminum, so it shatters like glass when force is applied to it. And maybe that doesn't shatter like glass, but it definitely cracks a lot. Like anywhere the material can crack easily under stress, it's going to crack. It's going to crack there because it's an aluminum cast or whatever. But yeah, Since the block is made out of aluminum, it's not fixable. But then again, like I said, it doesn't matter because even cast iron blocks are not. They're also not fixable if they break. That is the unfortunate truth. That's something that mechanic shops don't tell you. They might try to fix a small crack or whatever, but if you got a crack in your engine block, don't fix it. Do not attempt. It has failed spectacularly to a lot of people. Some people managed to get away with it for a while, but eventually it's because the motor stresses the block itself. It changes temperature so frequently, so often, as well as on top of torque and all this other stuff. It actually flexes. That block actually kind of flexes slightly. It's a very, very tiny, minute amount. You'll never notice it, but yeah, the metal actually flexes slightly. At least as far as the iron, the cast iron blocks go. Yeah, that works pretty good there. We just got to figure out how we're going to get power over here. I think I have an idea. I might just follow this road over here as we get to it, so we can get these powered on. Actually, I'm probably not going to connect it, but yeah, that will at least have some. We'll have some power. But yeah, those blocks, they do flex, and that's why any kind of welding, in an attempt to fix cracks or small holes, doesn't hold up. It just does not, because of that. Because of that flexing that it does. I'm actually going to go up higher than this. This is a little too close to the ground for my tastes. So I'm going to go way up here. Actually, we'll just go to here. Oh, why did I do... Why did I do that? No! Bad. That is close, but also... Yeah, you can touch it. Maybe I should move it up. Move it up to there instead. Oh, I did do that. Okay, yeah, fine. We'll do that. It was actually it was a happy accident. Is that what they call them nowadays? Happy accidents. When you do something on accident, but it turns out to be a good thing. That one's a little high, I think. But yeah, so a lot of stuff to look forward to, though, here soon. Oh, maybe that one's not too high. Let's change all these to Mark IIs. Don't know why I did. Make sure none of these. That one should be a double. That's it. Yeah, looking forward to some new changes and stuff like that with Satisfactory. Especially the global illumination system. That's going to be really nice. Like the illumination system in this game is not too bad, but it also isn't the greatest either. If you watch the shadows in this game, even at high qualities, the shadows don't move very smooth. The contact shadows are not the greatest. Stuff like that. So it's not it's not as nice as it could be, and Satisfactory deserves more, I think. Satisfactory deserves way more. It just needs to be updated is all. Which, I'm more than happy to be excited about, I guess you could say. We'll put one here, we'll put one here. Put one here. In the middle. No, that is higher. What? No, it's not. Why does it look higher? It's in the exact same position. How's that? Oh, maybe it's because it bowed out slightly. Oops. We'll just do that. Okay, so then I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to just do this. Is that where that one's at? Actually, it's actually up here. Oh, I can't go any taller though with this. Okay. Oh, go again. Wrong button. And then we're gonna do a Mark II, a double wall outlet Mark II, right there. We can get the power inside the building at least. Okay. But yeah, unfortunately, just having some issues and whatnot. Nothing I can really do about it. Like I said, right now, currently anyway. But we shall see in the future. Maybe I'll get it fixed. One of these days I gotta open up like a Patreon or something. I don't know, that feels like begging to me, honestly. Like I'm just begging you guys to donate to me. Maybe when I get more popular. I think I've said this before. Maybe when I get more popular. I'm not saying that I'm going to get more popular. I'm just gonna say if I get more popular, maybe. Is that better? Is that any better? It still sounds terrible, doesn't it? Still sounds like I'm, you know, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that person that thinks I'm all that and whatnot. All that in a bag of chips. I hate that. I hate when people are that way. I don't hate the person, I just hate the personality. I hate the personality of that. When you get a big head and you think you're the best in the world. Now, if you are the best in the world, or if you are all that in a bag of chips, then by all means, be that way. You know, you deserve to be, because you really are all that in a bag of chips. That's how I see it. But there are a bunch of people that think they're all that in a bag of chips, and they are not. That's how it is, though. I just don't associate myself with those type of people. I just distance myself from that, because that I don't know. In my opinion, in my opinion, here this is an opinion piece. It's not or opinion piece. It's an opinion, but it's not fact. I'm not gonna say it is fact or anything like that. But in my opinion, the thinking you're an amazing person when you're really not, you know, like you got all this talent and nobody can stack up to you and stuff like that. I think that is a very contagious opinion. Like, yeah, like once you're like that, you know, or you have a friend like that, it tends to spread, I guess you could say, to other friends. That's a very toxic personality, I think. Me, I just try to stay humble and stay true to myself. I don't want to be seen as the type of person that's you know, going to. I need to quickly turn this off, but I'm going to connect this. I don't want to be seen as that type of person, though. Oh, you get to know me. I'm pretty nice. I mean, I'm a bit of it, and I'm also a bit of an introvert, so you know, it's hard to get to know me. I know that to be true. Or at least I think I do. I don't know. I just try to be nice and I try to be humble. Always thankful for what I get, and always try to look on the bright side of things. And if I make a mistake, I do try to apologize as well. Like I'll be the first to admit I'm wrong on something. If somebody tells me, "Hey, you're wrong on this," and then I go, "Yep, you're right. I am wrong on that." That's how it goes. I need to turn this off before I before I drain my energy. So that was one of the other things too. Was I had to uh, I had to turn off a bunch because this was draining. I think I got down to like 50 some percent, and I was just like, oh no, because I've been just letting this. Um, when I plan on playing the game, sometimes if I'm not doing anything else, if I'm like uploading a video or whatever, I will just leave this game running in the background just so I can build up resources like plastic, rubber, um, these tanks. These tanks are actually getting pretty full. You can see the pipes right there are between the the third and fourth height there, third and fourth tank height. They are up there, definitely. But yeah, that's they've been getting there. They've been getting full. It is taking a while. I have been draining plastic rubber, but like I said, I had to turn off a bunch. I only have 2 plastic and 2 rubber going at the current moment, which is being sunk. I don't even know what this number is. Oh my god. What? I'll take it. Fuck me. Apologies for that. Holy shite. Holy shiitake. Shiitake. Uh, that's from the Sons of Forest playthrough. I got shiitake mushrooms. Uh, that's pretty insane. I'll take it. That's not very many tickets though, if you're when you're in the grand scheme of things, but I will definitely take it. And I've been draining plastic and rubber for many hours, um, so that's probably why it's that high. But anyway, I think that is going to be it for this episode of Satisfactory. We are now starting to make fuel. We just need to get some fuel generators going so we can actually support making fuel. Basically, once we get the system going, it should be fine. But like I said, that's going to be it for this episode of Satisfactory and for the series for the week. So, again, I do hope you guys have a good weekend, and we'll pick this up next week. As well as I do hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.